So it's New Year's Eve today. So he's talking about like, man, this has caused a lot of scare. And so the people are worried about what, going into this New Year celebration, because everybody's doing it, right? Like, I mean, come on, man. We've been around in this world long enough to know that New Year's Eve is very important. I mean, I remember like my favorite and probably memorable New Year's Eve was in Russell, Bay of Islands. It's like Russell is like the Bay of Islands, Northland's hub for New Year's Eve. There's always like a big major concert. Everybody goes across to Russell. It's across the Harbour Bridge. Let me see if I can bring up something on here about Russell New Year's Eve. It's like New Zealand, right? Northland. Bay of Islands, one of the greatest. That's my backyard basically as a teenager. I grew up like half an hour from it. I used to like hitchhike to Paihia on Saturdays, go fishing, and me and my sister, we used to go out, hang out down the beach. Like mum goes, mum's at work. Dad's wants to hang out at home, do his thing, or he's going out with his mates to go watch rugby and stuff. And I'm like, hey, let's just hitchhike out to the beach for the day and go fishing. So here's me as a 14-year-old with my little fishing rod, and there's my sister in tow. Not always. Like, I think they're only once or twice, and then she got bored, right? It's like, there's my 7-year-old sister hanging out with me, and she's probably bored out of her mind, right? Or was she 10? Yeah, she must have been, yeah, I know, pre-teens. And so we're just walking around, and like we'll be there picking some pippies to put on the friggin' thing. I really didn't know how to fish, but I enjoyed the whole just being chill. And so, Paia was like my backyard. And then later on, I stopped fishing and started skateboarding. And so like, it was like, go out there, skateboard. There was a quarter half pipe, like those ones like just goes like this, but smaller. One quarter the size of a large one, right? So just skateboarding out there. Russell, Bay of Islands, New Year's. Let me bring this up. Oh, it's New Year's Eve. So you can see Year's Eve event. Maybe there's a video on this. Is there anything event? There's nothing. Well, that sucks. Like when you put like Google's become like this. It's become trash since the AI thing. It's really sad. Like for research, like and anything, like it's all like if you're looking for images, because like as you know, like I do a lot of mock-ups for my artists, right? So they know what I'm after as a character or as a place. And now like probably about 80 to 90% of the images you get is stupid AI shit. Like I seriously hate it for that one alone. Like AI enough just for that one, apart from the fact that it's just it's terrible, man. Like I just wish people would stop using it for like people images. It's like it's this thing. It's horrible. So here we go. Okay, so is this Russell? No. Why are we getting Melbourne? Thailand. Like, let me show you, because you guys are looking at this image and not really seeing what I'm seeing. So this is really bad. All right, like I'm looking for Bay of Islands, Russell, and I'm getting Madeira. Magic Kingdom. All right. So how long is this one? Yeah, here we go. So this is Bay of Islands, right? That's our Christmas tree, by the way. Hodakawa, red. So those guys who are watching, this is listening. It's like visuals of there's people 3 minutes of just beautiful Bay of Islands, Russell, marina, scenery, beaches, like the blue, beautiful clear blue water, dolphins, and yeah. Okay, this is yeah. So this is that's whoops. Go back there. I'm sorry. Let me go back there. Like I'm telling somebody else to go back. So this is actually Russell here, and you can see all these. This is part of it. There's a on the other side or coming this way is a wharf, and let me just see if I can get the wharf. So there it is. So this is that side that we were just looking at there. I was just here. I just remember, slipped my mind. I was just here for my dad's 85th. I think it was 85th. Yeah, just the other week, right? September, October. I think September is mom, so September, October. Yeah, so October, right? My dad's 85th birthday, and this is where we were at Duke of Marlborough, Edinburgh. I think it's Duke of Edinburgh. This is where the Queen stayed when she came for her wedding anniversary or wedding honeymoon, something back in the 80s or. Yeah, must have been a honeymoon. But yeah, we were there. Didn't even go to the beach. We just went. It was raining, so it was a bit of showers, like it's showering today, sun shower. And so we went in and just had, kind of like we went back there because, like my brother, my dad turned 75 10 years ago, he set up this huge, awesome menu of like English menu, and it was this really great time. It's a great place, and that's what I want to say. Like it's a beautiful, like olden style hotel. Now, so just over here to the left, right? This is us looking outwards, but just to the left over here, I think they'll get to it. Nope, they don't get to it. So anyway, so they've got. Here's probably the better one, and this is the Edinburgh here. So over here is a wharf, and so behind here there is a awesome like a pub, like a club, whatever you want to call it, nightclub pub, and that they always have like a New Year's Eve concert there. A band will be there, but all this is going to be full of people tonight. Like seriously. It's going to be like chock-a-block, over thousands of people will be there. And then across the other side, same deal, which is by here, right? So it'll be crazy. And so, as I was saying, like my most memorable was when I was down here in about maybe 94, going on to, 20 years, right? No, 30 years. Yeah, so I remember like there was there's Belinda, another friend, and his another friend Peter, who actually passed away in a car accident in Australia, and another friend, or his girlfriend, and we went up there for the car, and then the next day we drove away. But like that was like the last time I think where I actually had like the most memorable 21st. I mean, like 20, not 21st, New Year's. That year I turned 21, right? So it was 24, and so it was kind of a really awesome event for me. The last time I saw those, I think might have been the last time I saw all three of my friends that time. And the next day we drove around. And we hung out at beaches, and then my mum actually came. The weird thing is, like, I ran out of money, right? So then my mum drove up and met me in Pai here and gave me $50, right? And I was like, man, I was so grateful because I said, Mum, I have no money. I thought we were going back home today, but these guys are hanging out, so I got no money to spend on food or anything. Can you, are you able to, can you please come and drop off some money? So she drove about 25 k, or not 25 k, half an hour to come drop me off some money on Pahia. So when we got across through the wharf onto the other side of Pahia before we drove up further up north, up to Taupo and halfway up to Kaitaia, she gave me some money, and man, that was like a lifesaver. And then afterwards they dropped me off at home, and that was that. But as you can see, it's a beautiful place, right? And so everybody sort of like drives up there from all over to just go and hang out. And so you don't want it to become and if a time where make it ruin your whole New Year's evening, going into 2025. So as an afterthought, right, guys, don't overdo it. Make it special. Hang out with your friends. Like I said, I just realized that Peter, right? I'm sure I can't, if I remember his name right, Peter, right? He moved over to Australia and had a car crash, and that's the last time I remember. His mum told me in about 95 when I saw her. His stepmother told me, because his mum married either a Filipino or a Thai lady later on, and so she told me in passing. I saw her in town. She was like, I said, how's your son doing? She said, he passed away. So like I'm saying, when you remember back 30 years ago, it's time when you look back and as an into going to New Year's, and you want to make sure that you treat, like I'm saying, you want to change how you're behaving, set New Year's resolutions and stuff. And, not in a depressing way. You just want to have make sure as you go in that it becomes a year of dreams, year of fulfilling dreams, of, making resolutions, as everybody does, right? Hey, next year I want to do this, but choose something that you can, you can achieve. Like people go, I'm going to do this, and then within a week they finish, stop. I remember Christmas, maybe about 3 years now, or 2 years now, I just got home and I was like, I'm going to stop smoking now. After 30 years, maybe on and off, since I was maybe in my 20s or late teens, I had started smoking, and I, basically decided that I'm not going to smoke anymore. It was tough, man. A whole month of toughness. I broke it one time because I was so stressed out, but I haven't smoked since then. See, I can't even remember what year that was, but maybe it's 2 to 3 years. I think it was 3 years ago I stopped smoking, and it was just that I found that I was spending way too much money on cigarettes. The cost was I was smoking the roll-ups to save money, but eventually it was still costing. And so I was able to, in that time, I was able to save so much money and spend it on things I like, right? Like comics, grabbing DVDs and, toys, collecting, buying stuff, for future sales or whatever. And not only that, spending it on paying colorists, getting my comics colored and stuff like that. So, if you're going to make a resolution, really be strong about it and set it up in a way that you can actually follow through on it, and not make it so it's like a burden to yourself. I think a lot of times people go, I want to do this, and then it becomes a burden, right? So I don't want to lecture you guys more about that, but I think it's important to make goals, but also make goals that you can achieve. But also you can, and if you find it hard to achieve, you can always look for people to help you out. It's important to, people when they try to give up alcohol and stuff, with AA, they join AA because then they have somebody who can they can call on to say, hey man, I'm struggling with this right now. Can we get on, can we talk for a while? Can we go for coffee? Just to take this stress, this need for it away. So yeah.